Hey guys, how you doing? It's Henry at Mowers and Blowers. Welcome to part 8 of my Dyt4000 fix, if you will. Yeah, it's taken a lot of parts to get this thing going to where it needs to be, and it's not quite there yet. It runs and drives and all that stuff. It's a great tractor, but that PTO doesn't work. And so I ordered the Stator, as you know, a 16 amp Stator. Hopefully the power with the amperage will generate enough electricity or something to maintain the PTO. There's the PTO right there. Every time I engage it, it clicks and energizes. But then it almost immediately stalls the engine. So my boy Kyle Bittle, who's a Briggs and Stratton engine tech guy, told me, why don't I just try to rule out stuff? And that's a good idea. So let's rule out that the mower deck is too much tension or it's preventing the PTO from spinning. So he told me, why don't you take the mower deck belt off so that if it energizes, the PTO just spins, so you know it's not the PTO, rather it's the deck, right? Now, you know, I don't think that's it, but look. I'm going to use my hand. I mean, it's a little hard, but look. I'm in a bad angle, but I'm still, you know, able to, with one hand, turn it, you know, and pull the blade so it's not stuck or anything. But either way, I'm going to try it anyway. This is the tensioner. Loosen this, and I'm supposed to be able to just, there it is. I have taken the mower deck belt off of the PTO pulley. So now I'm going to try to start up the engine and energize the PTO and see if it spins. I'm going to set up the camera on a tripod nice and low. Well, I can't do that actually. I'll prop it up somewhere so you can see if the PTO spins. Okay, so I got it on a tripod here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of chalk and just go like this so we can kind of see that it's spinning, because otherwise you can't tell if it's spinning or not, you know? I'm going to start it up. Here we go. Okay, so of course I couldn't see what was going on, but I suspect it worked, right? So you know what? The tension of the belts is preventing it from moving. So that's probably what it is. If the PTO worked, and I'm going to go and look at the video now. If the PTO worked, then the belts are too tight. So I saw it worked. So you know what? I put the belt back on, but I didn't put the tension on. Go. That was the issue. The belts were too tight. PTO works, and it drove the belts, and the blades were moving fast. It's this tensioner. I didn't have any tension on it. So now I'm going to put it back to where it was and give it a try. So I don't think this is going to work now because tension's on. About that, huh? So it all works. So can you believe that? There was really nothing wrong with it. It was just that because it hasn't been moved in such a long time, the belts are probably very hard and cold and brittle and stuff like that, right? But then once you get it going, right, it loosens up the spindles and the blades, and the belt gets warmed up and it gets more flexible. And then once it started moving and, you know, got it going a little bit, it sort of softened up, you know, or maybe stretched the belt a little bit more, you know. And so now with the tensioner back on again, it works, you know. It's fantastic. So now I guess I could sell this thing. I'm going to clean this baby up a little bit and then put it up for sale. That's it. That's great. So everything works. How about that? Anyway, thanks a lot, guys, for following me through this 8-part series, this long journey between getting it with Pete Lombardi and repowering this thing with a rebuilt engine that I put on there. And this is a great tractor. Maybe I should ask, oh, you know what? I have a bagger system that I got to put on here. That would really show well, you know? Yeah, I'll put the bagger system on and clean it up and take some nice pictures and there you go. Anyway, I'll do an update on one of my next videos on something else with the bagger system on and all cleaned up and stuff like that. But this is finished. This is a perfect tractor now. Absolutely perfect. There's nothing wrong with this baby. It's a really nice tractor. Maybe I should ask $1,200? Would you buy it for $1,200? I wouldn't buy it for $1,200. Some nut would buy it for $1,200. There we go. 5 minutes is all it took. Very easy to put on. The tube attached perfectly, secured by that rubber bungee cord. Section number 2 fit right on there. Stuffed it through this hole over here. This is to tell you that there's air flowing through the tube so it's not clogged. If this thing stops, it means that you got grass stuck over here and it's not letting any air through, so you got to stop and clear the chute. This is the one with the triple bagger. It's huge. Air blows through there, grass blows through there, deflects into the first one. When this fills up, it collects into the middle one, and then if that's full, it collects into the third one. When you secure it, the 2 tabs here clip onto the 2 bars so it doesn't fly open. Here we go. This is a repowered Craftsman Dyt4000 lawn tractor. It's really actually a yard tractor. Yard tractor is a little bit better than a lawn tractor and a little less than a garden tractor. But this is a badass machine, man. It's in like mint condition, man. You can just look at it. Everything works. Lights, starts, runs, mows, drives. It has cruise control, which I'll never use. Cup holder. Got some nice gauges here. This is the amp meter over here. It's the hour meter. I think it's like 260 hours or 251 hours, something like that. The throttle control, the choke knob, ignition switch, PTO switch, height lever for the mower deck, gas pedal, brake pedal, I'm sorry, that one was the forward and reverse pedal. This is the brake pedal. It's a gauge to tell you about the height of the mower deck. You guys know about the tensioner lever, and 4 cornered anti-scalp wheels with a front bull push bar. Really nice. If this wasn't a 48-inch wide deck, I'd keep it for myself and use it as my daily landscape driver for my own yard. But 48 inches is pushing the limits of my PVC fence to the backyard. Won't fit. So I can't keep it. And no, I'm not going to adapt my fence to make a wider door. I don't plan on staying in this house for more than 3 to 5 years, so I'm not doing all that. But this will collect some good coin. I'm sure you guys would agree. This is a badass tractor. But I can't keep everything. Look, I still have my Murray Ultra garden tractor. There's nothing wrong with that either. I got to give it a little bit of a touch-up paint job when it's warmer. But I got to sell that, and I got to sell this. Plus I have 3 or 4 more in the backyard that I need to fix. My next project will probably be my Craftsman GT6000 garden tractor that doesn't have a horizontal shaft engine. As you guys know from Motherload 14, the video, Pete Lombardi gave me his Vanguard 16 horsepower horizontal. Now that tractor doesn't have the engine mounting plate, so I'm gonna have to fabricate some way to mount this onto the tractor, because right now it's just the chassis. You can see through it onto the floor. So I'm going to have to find some kind of brackets, weld it in there, drill holes to accommodate it, and position it just perfectly where the pulleys would pull the drive belt. So that's another project to begin relatively shortly, probably next week or so. In the meantime, I have some... So, look what came in the mail for me, my 16 amp Stator. And look what else came for me. It's a case of 12 Lucas Oil Contact Cleaner, quick drying formula. This is basically like carb cleaner. It takes away grease and dirt and grime, and I definitely could use this. Also sent me Lucas Oil swag, t-shirts and hats, as well as a banner I'm going to hang in my garage. That's like the biggest sticker I've ever had. Really appreciate the support, Lucas Oil. Thanks very much. Now that I got my new Stator, I'm going to first see if I actually need it. So right now I've got the multimeter on the battery, 12.7. Okay, I'm going to start the tractor and see what it is, and then I'm going to put the PTO on and see that if it's still charging. If it is still charging, then we know that this battery is still good enough to power the PTO. If the power is draining, then we know we need a stronger Stator. So I'm going to start it up now. I'm going to see what the voltage is. So right now the engine is stopped. It's off. And it says a constant 12.7 volts on the battery, which is very strong. So it's running now, and it's still charging 12.47, 48, 49, and going up probably a tenth of a volt every second. I'm going to put the PTO on now. Stalled. Keep stalling. Took the tension off, and let's start the PTO. So as you guys saw, with the engine idling like this at low idle, still charging slowly at 12.45. When the PTO is on, it's still constantly charging at 12.2, 12.25, and it moves up here and there. So you know what, man? I don't think I'm gonna ruin a good thing. It doesn't drain the battery, and it runs fine. So guess what? I'm not going to change the Stator. I'm going to keep it the way it is because it's just fine the way it is. I'm not going to mess up a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Hey guys, support my channel. Buy a sticker. Got the bumper sticker too. Thanks for watching, guys. See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers. Follow my Instagram at Mowers Blowers. Check out my website at mowersblowers.com.